welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on a new drugstore foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Fondant in Baton. Oh wait, I'm reading the wrong side. This new stick foundation. So this is supposed to be fairly new to Wet n Wild, and you guys know Wet n Wild is very, very affordable. So I'm really excited to be trying out this stick foundation. This is in the color Classic Beige. I also decided to pick up their brand new matte primer. You guys know that I do have oily skin, so anything that says matte, I am like, yes, give it to me. So I'm going to be starting off first with the primer. I already went ahead and did moisturizer. Like always, I used my first A Beauty moisturizing cream, the Ultra Repair Cream. Right now, I already have on eyeshadow and brows, just to kind of kick that to the side and work faster. So I'm just going to be pulling this up, and this is a stick primer, which I don't necessarily use stick primers. I think all the ones that I use right now are liquid, so this is kind of interesting. It does definitely give me a more matte and smoothed out look. Does this have silicone in it? What does it have in it? Oh, it doesn't really say, but it does say that it's vegan, so I'm gonna have to look a little bit more into the products once we're done to kind of see what they're supposed to claim, because you guys know I love to read the claims, because I feel like claims are usually what gets people really excited. But this looks kind of cool. I like the fact that it's already making my skin kind of look a little different. It definitely looks smoother. It feels smoother. The consistency feels very, very lightweight. It doesn't feel like I have anything on the skin. I'm living for this eye makeup. I used the iluvsarahiii Colourpop through my eyes. You guys saw my tutorial on it, but I do kind of want to do more tutorials, so I may actually do this makeup I have right here as a tutorial. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the foundation. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe sponge that I always use. So I'm going to be taking the foundation in Classic Beige, like I just mentioned. Brought you guys in much closer so you guys can see what my skin looks like before foundation. So let's go ahead. Oh, let's do this side, because we're going to do one side with my sponge and the other side with my brush. Definitely feels very creamy. This may be actually lighter. This is what I hate about having to buy products online, because obviously they go online before they're in stores. So this may be a little light, but we can work with it. It's blending very easily, as you guys see. I think it's really good coverage because it's covering all of my rosacea. I'm just gonna cover this side right here, clean up my eyeshadow. It feels very, very lightweight. It looks nice on the skin, but I feel like it looks a little dry. Like with the I don't know if it's because of the primer's matte, but it looks like it's starting to separate a little bit. So let me just go ahead and apply some on my nose and see how this does. It's a very pigmented foundation stick, so you definitely get really good color payoff, and I feel like it covers everything that it needs to cover pretty fast. It's not one of those foundation sticks that you need to build up a lot, but of course what matters is how it lays on the skin, and I feel like it's laying a little rough. Like it feels very creamy when I swipe it on, so it may have been the primer. Looks nice. The color is not a bad match. I do have to say, it makes my skin look really pretty. I know with some foundations you get a lot of texture right away, but with this foundation, I'm not seeing that much texture. It's just the issue that I do feel like it's separating a little bit in some areas when I go back in and bounce my sponge. So I don't want to like keep going back in there and bouncing and then having it really separate badly and just everything going left. So I think I'm gonna leave it and just kind of let it set. You guys only saw me going in and striping once all over the face. I don't know if I would want to do a second layer right now, just because like I mentioned, I don't want it to start separating really badly, but it does look pretty on the skin, I have to say, and it is very pigmented. I think it's definitely a fuller coverage foundation stick, but that little situation right there. It may have been the primer stick. I feel like maybe this would be better with a liquid foundation. So I'm going to be using my Delium Tools Precision Kabuki brush in the 957. And I'm just going to be striping the cheek area because that's really where I want the most coverage. And then we're just going to begin blending. See how easy that blends? It just blends very nicely. Yeah, it looks very dry on the cheeks. Like it's clinging on to my textures, like my little rosacea marks. I see it. Do you guys see that? I do have to say though, I feel like on this side of my face, I have way more redness and texture, so that could have been also an issue. But the part where it was kind of clinging on, I felt like was not good. Forehead's always the easy part because it's pretty evened out, so I don't have to worry about that. It's always just the cheeks where I'm like, oh my god. But it's good that my skin's like that because I feel like I'm able to give you guys a really good, thorough review for my people that don't have perfect skin. I don't have perfect skin. I wish I did. That would be fantastic, but I feel like it's a blessing in a way because I'm able to really help you guys out who may have similar skin issues to me find foundations that actually work for you. So it's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. So I'm taking just a little bit more because I feel like I have some redness on this side right here. Ooh. So I haven't worn lashes, like full-blown makeup, in almost 2 months because I've been wearing lash extensions. So it's definitely an adjustment getting used to my falsies again because I'm like, oh my god, I've been wearing lashes for so long that I just forgot what it feels like to wear falsies. But I missed my falsies. I miss doing my makeup like the way that I like to do it because I had to kind of work with my lash extensions. So it's good that I'm kind of able to do full-blown looks again, and I'm just excited to do tutorials for you guys. That's something I really want to do more of in 2019, tutorials. I feel like I applied it pretty well with both the sponge and the brush. I mean, you can kind of see the difference. I feel like this looks way more full coverage than this side. This looks a little bit more skin-like. I still have enough to cover the redness. Do I want to go in with a little bit more just to kind of see how it builds up with sponge? Yeah, let's try it. So I'm going to do just a little bit more right here. And then I'm going to take my sponge. Okay, that looks good. I feel like the skin looks very healthy and skin-like, but it doesn't look super like glowy or wet like a lot of stick foundations tend to look. So I definitely am a fan of that. You guys can see the skin. It looks very nice. It's not enhancing my texture as much as some other foundations that I've tried that I'm like, whoa, my texture is on another level. So that is something that I am happy about. This side is still looking a little fresh, so we may have to give it a few minutes while I finish the rest of my makeup to really see how it ends up setting. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts, let you know how it worked with the rest of my products, and then we can go ahead and start our day and see if this Wet n Wild foundation stick is worth a buy. When I come back, I will give you guys a list of claims that both of these products have, so we can kind of discuss it. I'm not exactly sure how much this costs, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the price again. I wanna say it was $5.99 because it wasn't expensive at all, but I wanna make sure I give you guys some accurate info instead of just kind of like taking it out of my ass. So I'll be right back to give you guys some really good, well-developed thoughts, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 9:15 a.m. and I finished putting on all my products, and I have to say that I am very upset with how everything ended up coming together once I applied everything. So I went ahead and did blush, and in some areas my blush is breaking apart a little bit, and I'm kind of like, so you guys, let me see if I can show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the skin is breaking apart just a little bit right here. And then you guys see right there how it's looking so terrible, like it's breaking apart completely. I was like, what in the world is this? So you guys know that I always like to go ahead and bake my under eyes. So I went ahead and used my, what was it, Colourpop concealer, which I always use. And then I used my Patrick Star powder, and I just baked it a little bit because I always do that and I have no issues with it whatsoever. So when I went ahead and baked it, it was pretty fine, but then I dusted away the powder because I always like to kind of just dust it off on the rest of my face. And this happened right here. Completely separated, completely just did its own thing. And I was like, are you serious? My eye makeup looks so bomb right now, and the foundation and primer are just going to kill it for me. Like, not today, Satan, not today. Okay, so now I brought you guys back a little bit because we were a little too close. But I was just really like not digging it. And I don't know how this is going to go because we have a beautiful eye look, and now I just feel like the foundation is killing it. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take my Morphe Continuous setting spray. The reason I'm taking this is because usually this tends to really kind of bring my makeup together, make it look a little bit prettier. I don't think it's gonna help the breaking apart because that already happened, but maybe it can help prevent anything from getting any worse. So I just wanna go ahead and spray it just a little bit. I don't wanna do too much because I really wanna make sure that the focus still stays on the foundation and the primer. So I just wanted to do a little bit, and I wanted to do this after I showed you guys how the product looked because, I mean, it does look a little rusty, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my phone and show you guys some of the claims of the foundation stick. So I was right, the foundation stick does retail for $5.99, so pretty much $6. They do have 20 shades, and this description says here that it's supposed to make you slay all day, which I don't know about that because it's just 9 a.m. and we're not slaying with this breakage. It's just separating so much right here. I'm just like, OMG, what is going on? So let's go ahead and read a little bit. So it's supposed to deliver a long-lasting coverage in a breakthrough lightweight formula. I don't know about that. And then it also says that it gives you a semi-matte finish, which I'm definitely kind of feeling because I feel like my skin doesn't look super dewy like it does with some foundation. It's infused with argan and sunflower seed oils for intense moisture and seamless blendability. I do have to say this foundation does blend really easily and really well, so I like that about it. So yeah, that's pretty much what it says. It does come, like I mentioned, in 21 shades that are flattering for a wide range of skin tones. I don't know, I feel like they need to come out with more shades because, I mean, 21's better than like the usual 10 that they do at the drugstore, but I mean, we're coming into a time where they're like releasing 60 color shade range, 50 color shade range, just a lot going on here. So that's what it says for the foundation stick. Now I want to go ahead and see what it says about this little primer. The primer is $4.99, so $1 less than the foundation stick. It says, who wants flawless, silky, soft, and smooth feeling skin? Okay, so when you do first apply this, it does feel all those things. It feels very silky, very soft, very smooth. It feels great. It also says, glide this primer to freshly clean skin, which I did because I washed my face this morning. It's supposed to tighten your pores, blur imperfections, and eliminate oily shine in your T-zone. It's supposed to be oil-enriched hydration all day long. I don't think this does have hydration because as soon as I applied it, it definitely felt a little bit tighter. It did feel silky, but definitely felt tighter. Let's see if this reduced my pores because I don't know about all that. Nope, it didn't do any of that. The only thing it did was really make this area separate. I do have to say, I feel like that's where I kind of went ham in with it in these areas right here, and that's where it's separating. I was like, it either has silicone or silica. It has one of those in there, and it does have silica because I was like, this feels very, very like silicone-y. So yeah, this is what's going on right now. I'm going to be analyzing the shit out of it through the day. I may actually even do a check-in with natural lighting like I did in my previous review, just to show you guys what it looks like. And then I'm also going to be seeing you guys at the very end of the day and give you guys my final thoughts. This does claim to be a very long wearing foundation stick. I want to see if the rest of the face besides this little area right here is going to wear for the entire day, or is this gonna play me and just be a shit show? So I'm hoping that it does stay on for the day, and I'm also hoping that this foundation is a semi-matte and doesn't get stupid oily by the end of the day, but we'll have to see. Okay, so I am back. It is now 6:11 p.m. and the last time you guys saw me was during my update. But anyways, I am ready to talk about this foundation. this situation. So the last time you guys saw me, I was basically saying that this was a shit show, that I was not a fan, and I'm not a fan at all. This is not worth your money. It's very cheap, but it's not worth your money whatsoever. I would not recommend this to anybody. I think it's not good stuff. I feel like even somebody that does have dry skin would have issues with it, because it is a semi-matte. On somebody with that type of skin, it would just kind of separate really fast. It's just, oh God. I thought it was gonna work, like at least the foundation, but look how oily I was. So, I mean, it literally looks like you could cook some French fries on my face. Like, that's how oily I am. I am so oily, it's disgusting. It sucks that I had to end this review on such a bad note, because like I was hoping for the best. I always do. I always like to give really positive reviews, but I also like to give really honest reviews to you guys. I like to let you guys know the real tea on a product. I don't ever want to sit here and just lie through it. I mean, I think my face says it all. My face literally says it all here. It feels heavy, even though it's really like dewy and stuff. Like through the day, when I was going through the day, I was honestly just sitting there like, I just want to take this makeup off. Like, I just wanted to take it off. I could feel it on my face. I could feel the oiliness just come through, and just without even looking, I just knew it looked awful. So that is just not a good look, and I'm not impressed whatsoever. There are other foundation which came in a liquid consistency. That foundation wasn't bad, but this foundation is awful. And I just have no issues throwing it away, because that's how bad it is in my opinion. Not a fan of that. I'm sorry, Wet n Wild. That was definitely a big miss for me. Not a demi matte whatsoever for somebody that has oily skin. So if you guys enjoyed watching this review, please give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing these types of videos. Also, if you guys do want to see other foundation reviews, please let me know down below what you want to see next. There's so many foundations coming out like left and right that I'm like, oh my God, what do I grab next? I know Dior, I know Hourglass. What else? I think Laura Mercier has a new foundation. Like, there's just so many things going on that I just don't even know what to look for first. So if you guys really want to see something like ASAP, let me know down below so I can go ahead and check it out. I know Morphe's coming out, but I can't get my hands on that until they start selling, which is until the 17th. So it's going to be a while, but I will get that review up, I promise. So yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, hi, welcome. As you can see, I'm very honest with my reviews, so I would love for you to stick around. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you can become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss these good videos for the world, because you know, I keep it real on here. So I'll be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.